What's up, people? Gonna do a real brief Andre Ward Carl Froch post-fight video. Didn't have a chance to get to it last night. I was watching Strikeforce after the fight, and today had the radio show, so was talking about it briefly on there. Science Finds Radio Show, that is. So just finished the show. Throat's a little, when you're talking for like an hour straight almost, throat gets a little. At least mine does. I'm not a woman. Girls can talk all day and not get tired, but I get a little worn out. So just brief thoughts on the fight. Good fight, better than I expected. I guess entertaining-wise, it wasn't necessarily a competitive fight, all that competitive, which was surprising. I thought that Froch might have a little bit more success. The fight didn't really go at all as I expected. I thought Andre Ward just would box circles, keep it on the outside, use his speed, his movement, some inside clinching, holding here and there, and just outbox Carl Froch for 12 rounds. He outboxed Carl Froch all right, but it wasn't just on the outside moving away. Early on, he just kind of pushed the fight. He was, I said on the radio show, I don't know if he noticed in the Durrell fight or the Froch fight against Kessler that maybe Froch doesn't fight as well going backwards, but I was surprised to see that it was Andre Ward that was pushing the pace in this fight early on, as well as throwing more punches and, of course, landing more punches. Not only landing more punches, but throughout the fight. I thought Carl Froch would land the cleaner, more significant punches, but that wasn't the case. Andre Ward clearly, along with landing more punches, landed the more telling blows as well. So, credit to him there. Fought much better on the inside. I'm glad Steve Smorgel was the referee. Normally, at least when Andre Ward clinched in the Helen Green fight, he just clinched and held, didn't do a whole lot. But in this fight, there was a lot of clinching, but a lot of good work inside by Andre Ward and Froch as well. But Ward definitely had more success on the inside during the tie-ups than Carl Froch did. Ward just ripped to the body, was able to land well. Carl Froch was throwing a lot, but it wasn't landing a lot in those spots. And you saw times in the fight where Carl Froch was actually surprisingly looking toward Steve Smorgel to break it up or separate the fighters, which is something I wouldn't have expected. They said during the broadcast, I think Antonio Tarver mentioned that Andre Ward had watched Floyd Mayweather videos leading into this fight, and you saw a little bit about that in his game. A lot of lead right hands that were landed very effectively, as well as that check counter left hook, which he landed quite a few times as well. I was just surprised with the way Ward fought. I've never been a real Andre Ward fan, so to speak. Just not a fan of the style he fights. Nothing against him personally. Seems to be a legit guy. But just didn't like the way he fights. But I really enjoyed the way he fought this fight. He was aggressive. He fought inside well. Fought on the outside well. Never really backpedaled too much except for towards the end of the fight. I thought he got a little bit tired toward the 10th, 11th, 12th rounds. And those are some of Froch's best rounds. Froch had a good round the 3rd and 5th, I believe. As well as rounds 10 and 11, I thought he did well. I think Andre Ward tired just because maybe the pace, he threw more punches, more than he usually does. And, being the aggressor and the clinch, all the inside fighting, that'll wear you out. So I think he tired a little bit late, but I still think he was able to salvage and win the 12th round. So he wasn't completely spent at the end of the night. But I think he clearly did enough to win the fight. I mean, when they were announcing who the winner was, I was surprised to hear two 115, 113 scorecards. I was like, wow, really? Who judged that? Was that the ringside media guy from the BBC that had the fight really close? Did he slip one of the official judges' scorecards or something, or did he switch the cards out? Because 115, 113, that's basically 7 rounds to 5 for Andre Ward. As much as I wanted Froch to win the fight, I couldn't give him, maybe 3 rounds, not more than that. I couldn't give him 4 rounds, so sure as hell didn't give him 5. But give him credit, he never stopped trying. He did try late, but it was just too little too late. Andre Ward was just a step ahead all night. I did think that Froch looked labored. Looked slow, a lot slower than Andre Ward, but even early on, his punches looked labored. Ward could see him coming from a mile away, was able to evade them and just dictate the pace of the fight and be the ring general for the majority of the fight. Just really was in control throughout for the majority of it. So, really good performance by Andre Ward. I would say it was his best performance overall in the tournament. His best win, of course, because it was in the final, but his best performance because he showed so many different aspects of his game. And if he fights more like that moving forward, then I will look forward to watching his fights, more than I have in the past. But a good fight, good finale, and a good win for Andre Ward. And, I think he clearly, with this win, established himself, in my opinion, as the best 168-pound fighter out there. I know fans of Lucian Boutet would argue otherwise, but I think if you look at their recent resumes and their resumes overall, I would have to say Ward has accomplished more. Hopefully, we'll get a showdown between these two next year and really find out inside the ring who is the better fighter. But I think as of this moment, Andre Ward is the best super middleweight, and I think depending on what your thoughts are on pound for pound and all that stuff. I know people don't really agree on that. I know two people agree, but I would say Andre Ward probably, if you believe in pound for pound rankings, enters the top 5 or the top echelon in that regard as well with this win, and just overall his record and what he's accomplished in the sport. So that's it for now. Like I said, I talked about this a little bit on the radio show, so if you want to hear my thoughts on that a little bit more, check it out. Link in the information part of the video, as well as link to scienceofviolence.com and my Twitter. Any thoughts you guys have on the fight? Were you surprised it was as one-sided as it was? Were you surprised by Ward's game plan? What do you think about just the night in general? And what do you think about Andre Ward moving forward? Do you think he's the best super middleweight out there, better than Lucian Bute? Do you think we'll get a fight between them next year? And do you think Ward's one of the better fighters in the sport? That's it for now, though. Until next time, which I don't think there's any more fights the rest of this year in boxing. Outside of Durrell and Taylor making comebacks, but nothing worth doing a video on. So yeah, until next year, at least on the boxing tip, I'm out.